Thank you all of you. I set the alarm, okay, to be 25 minutes. I will try to finish it. And okay, okay. Why I'm here? Because actually I'm a technology guy, okay, not in other industry, okay. From my outlook, you can tell I'm not from the fashion side, okay. But luckily, okay, last year, Dr. Eve invited me to teach one course uh, for the fashion e-commerce. And then I try to learn a little bit about the fashion. And I try to make this PowerPoint, okay, and hope we can, I try to add more technology thing to the new technologies, okay, about fashion, okay. So actually, I have computer science degree and also get the information system management master in HKUST and also my MBA there. And so that's from a technology and management side, okay. And I'm quite old, okay, 30 years career in technology and also actually I like to do research and also lead some technology projects. And actually, I have some advices about AI for some fashion companies in the last 2 to 3 years. And and also, I'm the charter president of the Vulture Cup for Peninsula East. That's why I learned a little bit about the SDGs. Okay, so okay, so this PowerPoint is quite long. Okay, I will try to skip part of it because there's some fundamental things I think uh, you can understand. You already know about that. Okay. Okay. Uh, so the first thing is why is important to have a sustainable fashion. Okay, and also the relation of the topic to the UN SDGs. Okay, actually SDGs have been developed for quite a long time. Okay, the first time I know about SDG is around 2010. Okay, because I'm also one of the uh, ambassador for the UN World Summit Award. Okay, since 2009 in India. Okay, okay. So first thing is about environmental impact. Okay, for the fashion industry, of course we have a significant environmental impact with the production, use, and disposal of clothing contribution to pollution. Okay, and also I have the experience. Okay, I find that some not fashion. Okay, some clothing I got maybe 30 years before during my study in the university. The clothing is still quite good in the quality. Okay, but in the last few years, maybe last 10 years, the quality, okay, of the clothing is really decreasing. Okay, it's not so durable. Okay, from my point of view, durability is good for more sustainable. Okay, and so we try to reduce the impact by using eco-friendly materials. Okay, reducing waste and also promoting a circular economy. Okay, okay, social impact. Fashion industry, of course, we have social impact because we have some workers, okay, in different countries. I think mostly in mainland China, in some uh, Central European countries and also Asian countries. The problem is about the working conditions, low wages, okay, and we need to address these issues. Ethical consumption. Okay, then we need to know, okay, why, because now we have more e-commerce. Okay, e-commerce, that means, okay, we can buy uh, fashion or anything at any time. Okay, just like at night. Okay, maybe at any time you want to buy. Just like now, you can just go to you by using the apps or website to buy anything. Okay, that means it's very easy for you to to purchase. Okay, but and also nowadays we have more e-payment and also makes our next generation, our generation nowadays, okay, they're having more, they're easy to have purchase. And then we need to actually need to educate them to be more conscious and also responsible to the fashion. Okay. And okay, one thing is about me. What I talk about is about innovation. Okay, sustainable fashion. Okay, encourage innovation in materials, production process, and design. And also, we need to have a more eco-friendly materials. Okay, and actually, the materials nowadays is not the same as before. Okay, even some materials that we don't use before. And we will promote for the society and environment. Okay. Okay, about UNSDGs. Okay, for the goal 5. Okay, it's about gender equality. Okay, gender equality is about men and women. Of course, this industry is different from my industry. My industry is about IT, technology. Most of us are men, okay, not women. But I think in the fashion industry is more equal. It's more equal. Okay. Okay, and also goal 8. Okay, I think you are also familiar with UN SDGs. For the goal 8 is about decent work and economic growth. Okay, and also goal 9 about industry innovation and infrastructure. I will tell more about how it related to the topic today. And also goal 12 about responsible consumption and production, and also climate action. In fact, goal 13 is very important nowadays because when I drive here, I can see it's around 40 degrees Celsius outside, okay, in some places in Hong Kong, okay, 40 degrees Celsius. And the climate change is actually we need to be careful about the environmental impact. Every of us need to be careful to do what to our environment. Okay, so first thing, we try to understand what's a sustainable fashion. Okay, sustainable fashion means the approach of a fashion design, production, and consumption, okay, to minimize the negative environmental and social impacts. Okay, so it's about environmental, economic, and social benefits. So environmental impacts. Okay, we need to use more eco-friendly materials, reducing waste, and also promoting a circular economy. Okay. In fact, when I teach last year, the students have some booths, some events to make use of the used clothing. Okay, to make something else. Okay. So actually, I've been because I worked or not worked. Okay, I was in Rotary. I have been in Rotary for many years. I have many Rotary different clothings, and then I will not wear again. So I try to give them, and then they make some bags, some other things. Okay, I think it's good for the upcycling, and also for the social impact. Many workers in the fashion industry, okay, we need to change the wage, okay, to have more fair labor practice. Okay, for the economic impact, we need to reduce the cost, improve brand reputation, and also create more opportunity. So sustainable fashion, okay. So I will give you some examples about sustainable fashion. Okay, about SDG, okay, some examples here. Okay, I think when I teach, okay, this brand Patagonia, okay, and I learned a lot from my students in the projects. And Patagonia is a very sustainable fashion brand. They actually use eco-friendly materials and align the UN SDGs 12, 13, and 8. Another is Levi's, okay. Also Stella McCartney and also ironing. Okay, I don't want to tell into details. Okay, and you can have a look of those bands because I'm from technology side. Okay, when I learn about that is the best answer for me. Not fashion is for the Tesla. Okay, Tesla is one of very good in sustainable goods production. People tree, okay, and also another example. Okay, the current state of sustainable fashion. Okay, well, it's quite hot here because of the lights. Okay, too much. Sorry. Okay, however, we still have many different significant challenge, okay, when facing the sustainable fashion industry, okay. I think one thing is about the standardization in an industry. We don't have it. Even we talk about ESG, we really don't have a very good standardization for the reporting, okay. And although there are many challenge, still will have some positive developments, okay. So first is environmental challenge, okay, and how to reduce the waste, okay, and also have more eco-friendly materials, okay. Just like today, when we drink the coffee here, we have some uh, eco-friendly materials, okay, okay, and okay, and also economic challenge, okay. Sustainable materials and production process, okay, can be more expensive than traditional methods. Okay, when you make something more sustainable, it's more expensive. So how to have the balance about the cost and also the wastage, okay. And also nowadays, as I mentioned before, it's about the fast fashion brands, okay. In fact, they will try to prioritize low cost and high speed to have production. But when I teach in my course, okay, how to apply the technology to make it more efficient, is that we don't need to have more a lot of storage in the warehouse, and also the production of the fast fashion. In fact, we can really slim down the process. Okay, actually nowadays, for example, when we just like if you can go to Taobao, okay, and then you can just let them know your idea of fashion or something like that, and then they will try to make it for you, okay, and then it really decrease, okay, the number of layers for the fashion to your hand, okay. So and I think it's good for the economic things, okay. Okay, my session 3, okay, the role of technology, okay, that part is more, I can tell you more about that, okay. So there are some technology, okay. Technology can aid in the development of sustainable materials, just like recycled polyester, organic cloth, and also biodegradable fabrics. Okay, for example, we have innovations in textile recycling technology. Now we can make use of the used fibers to make some new fibers, and also reducing the waste and the need for virgin materials. And also technology can aid in the development of sustainable production process, okay, such as we use renewable energies, renewable energy sources, implementing water conservation measures. We use less water, just like in the dyeing process, and also reduce the waste. We use digital printing and also 3D prototyping. Okay, nowadays actually we reduce a lot of materials. In okay, I think 20 years before, okay, I also help in selling some machine to optimize the, the cloth usage, okay, and still we are using now. And also transparency and traceability, okay, is about we use a blockchain. Maybe you learn about a little bit about blockchain. You heard about cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency is relying on blockchain. Blockchain is actually we have more blockchain implementation, okay, to trace any products, okay, from where it manufactured and then to your hand, okay. Okay, I need to go a little bit faster, okay. I have 5 minutes more, okay. And there are some existing technology in sustainable fashion about recycled and upcycled materials. And 3D printing, I think all of you have tried before, okay. But for the 3D printing, I think the cost of making 3D printing is lower than before. And also, we are now using more AI to have a fashion design, something like that. Okay, and maybe it's better than the human being to have a fashion design because they can have to have more ideas on that. But you will think about whether we should use AI or using human being to have the fashion design. I think if you don't have any ideas about fashion design, even you apply the AI, you can't make it. Okay, I can't make it. Okay, because I don't have any ideas. Okay. Okay, and also, uh, supply chain transparency. I tell you before about using RFID, IoT technologies. Okay, okay, some new technologies, transformative new technologies. Okay, okay, about biofabrication. Okay, I don't want to tell you the details, and also blockchain technology. Okay, in fact, blockchain technology for you. Okay, just like we have a ledger. Okay, we have actually you can't change it. Okay, okay. Sometime before we all we have a central server to store all the things, but nowadays we have a distributed system. Okay, you can't change one thing easy. Okay, you can't hack in the system and change anything. Okay, by using the blockchain for the traceability, even for the some brand name products. Okay, 3D printing, okay, AI for the efficient design, because AI can analyze vast amounts of data, and then AI can do all the things in 24 hours. With that, human being can't do it. And also AI can make use of the past history, and also by using the big data and also machine learning. AI, okay, and actually I teach AI since 1999, okay. So I teach more than more than 25 years. In fact, for AI, okay, now why we have more AI? Because now it's lower cost, okay, high speed computers, okay, and it's about knowledge, planning, and learning, and also perception. AI have some perception nowadays. We can apply AI. Okay, AI is not a new topic. We have AI since 1950, okay, and also actually we now use more neural networks, okay, okay, neural network and machine learning, and nowadays you know more about ChatGPT or something like that, because actually now it is excel in NLP, natural language processing. Just like you can tell the system what you need, and then they tell you what you can have, okay, by using the even for the graphical or even in voice or okay anything. So it's very amazing, okay, and also perception, because actually machine perception we now have different kinds of inputs, sensors. That means IoTs. Okay, we have all IoTs everywhere, just like the temperature sensors here. When it's not cold enough, then you switch on the air conditioner. And also we have more computer vision. Okay, it's not new topic, but now we are having more computer vision as well. Okay, actually these few pages is about how to make use of AI or technology in manufacturing that I showed to my students before. And one thing is about AI versus the fashion fakes. In fact, we can make use of blockchain, okay, to do it. And also we can apply to shorten the path. Okay, what I told you before, shorten the path from design to your hand. Okay, for the fashion, is now. That's why we can have more cost saving, not so many layers of branding. Okay, and also assist the new product development about the color, fabric patterns and cuts, and also as designers and also AI in textiles for the quality control, and also improve efficiency, agility, sustainability, and also reduce the shipping cost and transit time. And also some recommendation for the visual similarity, okay, and also some personalization recommendation. We can't do it before because we have too many people. They have different ideas about what they need. But nowadays we can have more customization for any persons. Okay, in fact we can have more 定制, okay, we can do anything that you want, what you want, and then what you make, which event you want to go. And also about chatbot, you can talk to them directly and then tell you the answer. Okay. Okay, so AI actually for the efficient design, and also I told you before, IoT, all the sensors. Okay, they can connect all the things together. Okay, for the future, we try to prioritize all of the things, and then okay, we have more new technology about blockchain, AI, IoT, 3D printing, biofabrication. Okay, and we can have better future. Okay, although we have some potential challenge. Okay, that's all for my presentation. Thank you for your time.